what exactly is Japan trying to achieve with this policy?
So, I mean, the Japanese government, since basically March, it's been trying to reduce its reliance on supply chains out of China. Originally, when the pandemic broke out in China, Chinese companies were using all their mass production for pharmaceutical production for domestic purposes, and Japanese companies and Japanese consumers had a lot of problems getting masks and other domestic and other medical goods, which is a problem elsewhere in the world as well. And so the government looked at that and said, we need to reduce our reliance on China. We want to bring some stuff back to Japan, and if we can't bring it back to Japan, we want to diversify our supply chains to Southeast Asia, so that we're not overly reliant on one country. And so they budgeted $2.2 billion in a budget earlier this year to pay companies to increase production in Japan or to increase production in Southeast Asia, so they won't be so reliant on factories in China.
Now, how much are we talking about? How much money are we talking about here, James?
So the government's budgeted $2.2 billion so far for this program. And in this first round of subsidies that they just announced last week, they're going to be spending at least $560 million. So there's another, $1.5, $1.6 billion that is still to be spent, still to be given to Japanese companies to help them in building up their investments in Japan or in building up their investments in places like Vietnam, the Philippines, Thailand, which are some of the other countries where this production is going to go.